Alrighty guys, welcome back to another trade recap. So I'm pretty much going to go over the entire week of price action. Starting from Monday, here's the trade that I took Monday, which is this day right here. So I ended up taking longs, super simple longs. I'll go over that real quick. So coming into Monday right here, so what happened? So on the 1 minute chart, price displaces higher right here at 9:30. We come up, we take out buy side liquidity right here. All right. Let me see. There was no SMT, equal highs. So we come up, create buy side liquidity. We start to displace lower, and then we displace higher. So we have rebalance displacement. Still too premature for my entry, and then price ends up coming down. We create internal manipulation right here. So a little turtle soup, displaces lower, taking out this low right here. Okay. So we took out this little sell side liquidity right here. Just mark that out like that. And then it is currently 9:36. So it's around the time that I'm going to start looking for entries based off what's happening. Okay, so we come down, we create that manipulation. We now have manipulation on both sides. So depending if we want to do this and go for shorts, we can do that. Or we're going to displace higher like this. All right. So coming down, manipulation, up close candle. Then we start to come up a little bit, and I'm currently watching this sell side imbalance. This SIBI right here, this bearish fair value gap, I am watching that, and I'm waiting to see what's going to happen within that sell side imbalance. So we ended up coming up, tapping the midpoint, which is consequent encroachment, CE, respecting it. Now, if this candle right here were to close about down there, I more than likely would have been in shorts for something like this, probably targeting midnight. Yeah. But the opposite happened. Okay, my cat is tweaking. We ended up rebouncing, displacing, and then we closed above consequent encroachment. As soon as I saw this rebalance, and then I saw the next candle start to shoot up, as you can see in this example, I caught my entry about on the midpoint of this candle displacing. So I caught it about right here, and then I targeted the highs, I believe. Let me see. Yes. So I targeted the highs right up here. All right. That got me a 1 to 2 R for 74 points. Just like that. Let me go into the next trade, which is the next day, but that's Monday right there. Very simple longs, manipulation, and then we had displacement higher, and then we rebalanced and we displaced again, disrespecting that sell side imbalance. All right, so that's trade 1 of Monday. That was a pretty good day. Let me see if I can just go into the, I can't skip it like that. Okay, we'll just do this. All right, so now we have Tuesday right here. So coming into this day, I didn't take any trades in the AM session. This was the trade I took, 1 second, during the next macro. So here we go. I will go over this exact trade. This is the same day. It's Tuesday. It was just at a later time during like 10:40. So 9:30 ended up coming up. We manipulated this high right here with turtle soup. And I remember that we had SMT as well. So we created an SMT. As you can see, ES never took out that high, NQ did. So we ended up doing that at 9:30. 9:30 displaces lower. Then we actually, we ended up putting an SMT here. So an SMT there. So a bullish SMT and a bearish SMT. And I saw that we were getting displacement from both ranges of the manipulation. So in cases like this, when there's double manipulation, I tend to like to stay hands off. That's just kind of like my personality. We ended up displacing higher right here. And then as you can see, we did disrespect this sell side imbalance right here. But considering we had SMT and turtle soup, this was not an entry for me right here, only because of the double manipulation. Then price ended up displacing lower. Yep, ended up displacing lower, but then we ended up putting in SMT. No. Yeah, okay, so we ended up displacing lower, creating this fair value gap right here. Now we displaced through. Now, honestly, shorts were valid right here. This could have worked out beautifully. I just wanted to stay hands off because of the double manip, and I just wasn't fully confident. Okay, but that ended up working out. It's because we rebalanced inside of this rejection block here. So you can see we come back into the wick of this rejection block, and then we start to displace off of it. That was valid. Now, I will show you my trade. So we ended up displacing all the way lower, and we ended up edging this low right here. So as you can see, we came down, we almost took out this low, but we failed to do so. Now, I explained this in my Discord. Whenever this happens, you can definitely anticipate price to rebalance within a premium to then go and take out that low. So that's all I was waiting for, and vice versa as well. If we edge a high, we're going to come down into discount to then rebalance and take out that high. So what I'm watching here is this support level right here. So I'm watching this, okay? And I'm also watching this range right here. So from this high to this low, I want to see price rebalance into a premium and then tap this level, and then I want to see reactions to the downside in order to take shorts. Okay, so as you can see, we come up, we tap the level in premium, but we never tap this support level down here. Okay, we just missed it. So I'm waiting, and then right here. So we get internal manipulation. So we take out this little buy side liquidity, rebalance inside of this key level right here. And then as soon as I saw this down close candle, I entered short because this was the exact setup that I was waiting for all along. I entered short there and I targeted 85 points. Well, my target was standard deviation of something I only talk about in my Discord, but it was this right here. It was negative 2.5 of a PD array that I talk about. And then as you can see, price comes down and we create a huge rebalance right here into something that I also teach, which was the midpoint of something that is very saucy. So we ended up coming up, rebalancing right there. And no, it's not 10 a.m. But we did come up and tap 10 a.m. And then we started to displace lower, in which I hit take profit right there. As you can see. This exact, oh wait. Was this Tuesday? Hold on. I'm sorry. That was Asia session of that image that I showed you. I wasn't paying attention. This was the exact trade I took, as you can see. Well, it's kind of glitching. Okay. Yeah, this was the exact trade, as you can see. Came up, tapped that level, manipulation, displacement, and then I got for 85 points. Closed at 85 points right there. So that was the trade of Tuesday because I didn't like this AM session macro. So I went to the next macro right here, which performed super well. All right, so that was that day right there. And then okay, and then I actually caught another trade that day. I caught this trade right here during the 3 p.m. macro. I'll go over that real quick. This was a 100-point banger. Right, so let's go to the 3 p.m. macro. All right, so my thought process was this, and this is pretty much the exact same thing that happened down in that long that I caught, or I'm sorry, in that short that I caught over here. Price ended up coming up. As you can see, pretty good draw on liquidity right here that we failed to take out. Now I zoom out to the 15-minute chart, and then what do I mark out? I mark out the low of this range to the high that just edged this buy side liquidity. I'm anticipating discount to go and take out that buy side. Drop down to the 1-minute chart. All right, here we go. Oh, a little bit too much. So we come down, we tap 0.618, which is 0.62 of the Fibonacci tool. And then we get below 10 a.m., midnight, 8:30, and 9:30. So we are discount on the day, and we are discount in this range. It's also during a macro, so 250 macro, or the 240 to like 320 310 macro. So as you can see, we tap 0.62. I'm like, okay, I like the reaction that we're getting off of here. Disrespect this 1 minute fair value gap right in here. As you can see, we closed above CE, but considering we had such a large move down, in order for us to have a large move up, we have to grab some form of liquidity. All right, so price ends up displacing higher. Now, a lot of people probably went long. Well, I don't know about a lot of people, but people probably went long thinking that the move is happening. But I know that we have to grab liquidity in order for us to move. So if you don't wait for manipulation, you will get manipulated. So ends up coming down. Boom. Right here, I see that we have manipulation. Okay. So I was like, okay, now we have manipulation. And then you can see my entry was off that displacement candle of that manipulation. Boom. Stop loss at the low. And I targeted this right here, these internal highs, because it was right above midnight. So I didn't want to really target past midnight. Oh, was that 120 points? Wow. Okay. It was more than that. I thought it was 121 points. Right? No, I'm sorry. It was this high. This high because it was below midnight. Yeah, I thought it was 100 points. Yeah. So 98 points right there. That was my take profit because it was right below midnight and it was the first draw in liquidity that I saw. That was, obviously we're not going to reverse off of this draw, but I don't really go for this amount of points, but it ended up working out. As you see, after my entry, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bullish candles, or 10, 11 bullish candles, which was pretty nuts. But it was just a rebalanced displacement, and it's because we edged that drawn liquidity. Now, as you can see, price edges it again. It rebalances. Didn't rebalance into a discount of this range here. So from this low to this high, it just missed it. But it kind of did the same thing. Edge the drawn liquidity, and then failed to rebalance. Or edge the drawn liquidity, then rebalanced. And then let's see. So the next day, let's go to the next day. All right. So on this day right here, this is a Wednesday. This was my trade on Wednesday. I caught longs. Now, this one's pretty interesting. I'll explain my thought process here. So 930 opens up. We manipulate this high right here. Okay. We end up coming down lower, closing below this low. So support level right here ends up coming up into it and then displaces off of it. This was a valid entry. Honestly, I should have caught shorts here more than anything, but I faded that. And then my new target was this. So we come down lower. As you can see, we've taken out a lot of liquidity. London lows, this low right here, these lows right here. Yeah, okay. So it was these lows that I ended up catching my longs off of right here. So we come down, we sweep out sell side liquidity. And then I'm waiting for some type of reaction because if anything, we've displaced 162 points since the 930 manipulation. So I'm anticipating some type of rebalance for like 20, 30 points, or at least back into this like support level here. So what do I see? I see an up close candle. Now, obviously, you don't just enter off an up close candle. That's how you get manipulated, because this candle right here could have displaced lower and you would have gone manipulated. So I waited for confirmation. So I saw an up close candle. Then I saw we rebalance inside of this up close candle. And then I saw the next candle shoot up. As soon as I saw that candle start to shoot up, I entered. I was like, okay, so we have up close, down close, up close. So now we're doing like on the lower time frame, like a 15-second or a 30-second, we're creating a little buy model. All right. So I catch my long here and I targeted around 25 points or something like that. Let me see my exact trade. Yeah. So it was around like 25 points. I actually targeted this support level here, right here. So I targeted around there for about like something like that right there, as you can see. If I can do that, okay. As you can see, this was my entry. All right, Beautiful trade, simple, easy. Next, let's go to the next session. Let's see. This was yesterday. This was a banger day. Let's go to the next session. Okay. So on this day, I caught longs and shorts. So as you can see right here, we have manipulation at those lows and we start to displace higher and then we displace lower. So I'll explain my thought process on this day. This is pretty interesting. So 9:30 opens up right here. We come up, we take out this good buy side liquidity right here. Okay. So we sweep a high and then we ended up coming down lower. Still too premature for me to enter short here, but this was a good setup. It was manipulation, IFEG, displacement. Could have taken that down here. We ended up coming lower, and then as you can see, we take out these little lows right here. These little sell side liquidity lows. But if you also notice, we failed to take out this low right here. Okay, so if we're coming from significant draw on liquidity, something like this, and we're only taking out this, I'm not anticipating the entire move to happen to the upside. I might be anticipating a move to the upside right here to then move down lower. So I'll explain my thought process. So we ended up coming down, taking out these lows, and we also had an SMT as well. And then as you can see, we come down and we tap midnight open, and then we start to displace higher right here. No entry for me right here, only because there's no sell side imbalance. There's no disrespect of any PD array. So we ended up coming down right here, coming down one more time, filling this 1 minute gap right here. I wanted to wait just for a little bit extra confirmation. Nothing yet. Get another rebalance inside of here, and we create small internal manipulation. As you can see, come down, take out this little internal low, and then the next candle displaces higher, in which I caught my entry off this candle displacing. After seeing that internal manipulation, I caught it about halfway of that candle, so about like right here. And then I targeted the highs right up here, stop loss below. That gave me a 1 to 2R. Perfect. Beautiful longs, rebalance displacement. We create the manipulation, enough for me to enter. And then my next trade was based off of this turtle soup up here. And remember, we have relative equal lows. We're also above midnight, 8:30, and 9:30. Okay? So we have relative equal lows. We're above the opening times, so we're in premium. And we are coming from a lot of manipulation, a lot of liquidity at the high, and not so much liquidity at the lows. So my thought process is, if we want to move higher, we're going to have to take out liquidity to move higher. Because we're coming from good buy side liquidity up here, and we're coming from internal buy side liquidity right here. So I'm just waiting for that displacement. So I see we have that manipulation. We come into this rejection block. We respect it. And then we're kind of waiting. I'm like, okay, so 3 down close candles. This is good. Let me wait for one more little reaction. Boom. And then I caught my entry off this candle displacing right at the top. About right here. Stop loss originally was here. And I was targeting this low right here. Now, you may be wondering, why was I just targeting this little low right here instead of these lows here? I was 99.999% sure these lows were going to get met right here, but it's first draw on liquidity for me, always. And I got a lot of points this day. I got like a total of like 86 points or something after this trade hit. So after I saw this down close candle, put my stop loss at the high of the manipulation. As soon as I saw this, I trailed down to here, and then I was pretty much confident. I trailed to break even here, so I was like hands free. I mean, I was risk free, and we ended up taking that low. We'll take up all these lows here. Okay, come down, sweep out sell side liquidity. Literally that simple. I played ping pong this day. Caught longs, caught shorts, without really a bias today. Just kind of going based off of what's happening, like how I'm reacting to what price is telling me. All right. And then the day after that, I already have a recap posted on my YouTube about this day right here. But I will go over it. Why not? Okay. Let me go on the 4-hour. Still in London. Okay. So that's CPI. I'm slowly. Yeah, let me just keep going. There we go. All right. So on this day right here, I'll show you my trade. This was today. So I caught shorts. The reason I caught shorts today was based off things that I teach in my Discord that I can't really mention here. But for instance, price came up. I have a sore throat for some reason. Price came up. We took out buy side liquidity right here at 934. Ended up displacing lower. Then we created an SMT right here. So we created SMT. But then we hit something that I don't talk about on YouTube, but I talk about in my Discord only. It was negative 2.5 standard deviation of a PD array that I teach. Once I saw that we hit that negative 2.5, as you can see here, negative 2.5, I saw that this candle started to displace lower, and I caught my entry. Let me see exactly what was my entry in stop loss or take profit. Okay, so I caught my entry around here. Take profit was right here for 30.25, I remember, right there. So 1 to 4, it was actually like 1 to 1.44, right there. That was my exact entry. Targeting, like I said, first draw on liquidity. There you go, first draw on liquidity, and then it ends up working out. I was very confident that this low here was gonna get taken out as well, but it's always first draw on liquidity for me. That's how I maintain such a high win rate, and why I'm on a 1 month green streak, and I've caught so many trades this week, 9+ trades. There are Asia trades in here, like I'm not going to just go over Asia trades because I don't really want to, but just the New York AM session. But there were a couple Asia trades in there as well. But yeah, that was the recap for this entire week. Honestly, a pretty simple week in my opinion. I think price action was really good. I think you guys could have benefited if you trade my model, because my model presents itself pretty much every single day at specific times, especially during like the 9:40-ish time. And then we also present during like 10:40, 11:40, 12:40, 1:40, etc. During those macros is like peak time for my entries in my model. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pretty good trade recap video. Some valuable information of how to kind of read price action and react to price and not predict. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.